Hi, I'm Anca, and this is the place to be to hear about the latest tech trends in healthcare. For the past 5 years, my job has been to transform complex technologies into simple and easy to understand tools. If you scroll through my YouTube content, you will see many videos in which I try to explain what blockchain, the metaverse, or Web3 is. But these buzzwords keep on accumulating, and it's sometimes really hard to keep up. You hear things like NFTs, smart contracts, and mixed reality. But what do all these words mean, and why are they often used together when describing the future of the internet? Look no further. Your answer is in today's video. Welcome! Before we start, there is one term that we need to discuss first, because it is sort of the framework in which all the others are used. I am talking about the concept of Web3. The first thing you need to know is that there is no official definition of what Web3 or what Web 3.0 means. Instead, there are a set of principles that experts agree on to describe this evolution of the internet. Because yes, Web3 is not a technology. It is simply a word used to describe a new way in which the web will be built and used in upcoming years. It is just like saying that electric cars are cars 3.0 to differentiate them from previous petrol-fueled cars that we can call cars 2.0. But what does this new generation of the web look like? To better understand, we need to look into the current web that we all use on a daily basis, the Web 2. In today's web, there is a constant flow of information from the internet to users in the form of websites, and from the users to the internet in the form of data. But between the internet and the users, there are very powerful middlemen that offer services through their websites in exchange for your personal data. I am talking about companies such as Facebook or Google. The Web3 is based on the idea that these middlemen can be removed or rendered less powerful by giving users more control and ownership over their data and the content they post online. For now, the way this is going to be put into practice is still quite blurry, but projects are developed using things like blockchains, NFTs, DAOs, and more. So, here's where all the Web3 buzzwords come in. Let's start explaining them. A blockchain is a decentralized record of information. Instead of keeping information in a centralized system, making it vulnerable and prone to attacks, you can keep that information in a decentralized system. Because the same information is copied and stored across a network of multiple stakeholders, you reduce the risk for attacks or data manipulation. The strength of blockchain relies on the fact that they can guarantee the integrity of the information they hold because they are decentralized. So any data that could potentially be manipulated or maliciously modified could potentially safely be recorded on a blockchain to avoid such risk. This is the case for financial transactions, proofs of ownership over art or real estate, but also things like consent forms in healthcare. The term NFT stands for non-fungible token. Non-fungible means that each token is unique and cannot be replaced by another one. For instance, a €2 coin is fungible because it can be replaced by another €2 coin and still hold the same value. A painting, however, is non-fungible because a copy of that painting will not have the same value as the original. Each piece is unique. NFTs are therefore similar to paintings in the sense that each one of them is unique and cannot be replaced. When you purchase an NFT, what you purchase in reality are the ownership rights to a digital asset they are tied to. For instance, you can get the ownership rights to a piece of digital art, a song, or a tweet. NFTs are tracked on a blockchain, meaning that you can see and follow as ownership rights are acquired and passed on to someone else. Smart contracts are pieces of code that people usually compare to an if-then function. In simple words, smart contracts execute a set of predefined actions once certain conditions are met. For instance, you can write a piece of code that says that if you walk more than 10,000 steps a day, then I will give you 5 coins. Or if you are part of my medical team, then you automatically have access to my medical records. What makes smart contracts different from a traditional piece of code is that it is stored on the blockchain. That makes it immutable, meaning that once it is recorded, it would automatically execute without anyone being able to change, delete, or corrupt it. However, if the smart contract becomes obsolete or has bugs, which can happen, you can simply write a new one and stop using the dysfunctional contract. The term DAO stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. A DAO is an organization just like Apple or Amazon, but that isn't run by men or women. It is run by code that a group of people agreed on. This group of people is quite similar to a board in a regular company that vote on different decisions. The group of people that manage a DAO also vote on the way the organization should work, and their decisions are implemented as smart contracts. For instance, instead of relying on someone to pay, let's say, your employees, you code this action into a smart contract that executes it without any human interaction. Let's take the example of Airbnb. Instead of having a platform as a middleman between guest and host, you could simply have smart contracts that match the two, collect payments, and manage access to places. No more people needed. The metaverse is a very broad term that doesn't yet have an official definition, but that usually refers to an online space in which people can gather and interact with one another. There is no one metaverse yet that you can access. Instead, there are a variety of different virtual spaces accessible through apps or web platforms that all constitute bits and pieces of the metaverse. Each one of these virtual spaces allow you to meet other users, interact with them, and carry on different activities such as playing games, shopping, visiting a virtual museum, or even working. This is it for today. If there are any other Web3 related words that you would like me to explain, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you next time.